Welcome, good day. So, in this today's lecture, I'm going to emphasize why we should worship the different devas, otherwise known as the forces of nature, the divine beings, the supernatural divine beings. Why I call forces of nature? Parjanyam, rain, Vayu, wind, Adityan, Suryan. See, likewise, we worship Maruts, Ashwinaus, and all we have. We have a big list. Antariksham also, we have the atmosphere. Now, when the Vedas say worshipping the Devas or the forces of nature, it is absolutely scientific and not to be ridiculed upon. How it is scientific, I'm going to prove. I'm going to tell you today. Now, anything if you concentrate, as I told in my earlier lectures, anything you concentrate and you think about it and you want it, that is called the laws of attraction. There is a law of attraction. And anything, if you think about it, if you think about deeply on rain, rains will occur. That's what Chandogya Upanishad says. God here, you should not get confused. He's a Paramatma. He's a total love and bliss. But these forces of nature are scientifically also required for us. If you want to cultivate crops, you require water, you require the sunshine. And if you want energy, you require the wind also. Everywhere, all these things are all various forces of nature. We have, I told you, 33 devas headed by Devendra. Therefore, these 32 plus 1, 33, as 32 GPS you have and 9 grihas, 9 satellites you have, whether satellite, military satellite, ocean, oceanographic satellites, you have a lot of satellites, telecommunication satellites, then you have military satellites, you have satellites. Therefore, from the earth, living inside the earth, we human beings, as we are, you have to definitely respect. Worship means inclusive of respect. Concentrate. Think about those forces of nature. Now, if you want to study well, you don't require rains. You don't worship a rains. But a farmer worships a rain. The farmer worships the sunshine. There are different energies classified. And these forces of nature are nothing but energies. Coming from the famous equation E equals mc squared. Energy liberated is mass multiplied by the velocity of light, c square of it. It's a beautiful equation. So, and what does Einstein say? Everything is energy. It is Adipara Shakti. We say, Einstein says, everything is energy. There is nothing more to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help getting that reality. There is no other way. This is physics and not philosophy. Now, why I am quoting Einstein? I need not quote Einstein. I know my Vedas has. My rishis have given me. पूर्वकालेतः प्राचीनकालेतः तेदादृशं वैज्ञानिकरीत्या स्थापयाञ्चक्रिरे अस्माकं ऋषयः भारतदेशस्य ऋषयः. They have established all these facts. But I am quoting for younger generations. Therefore, Einstein says, match the frequency of the reality you want. So, when you worship those realities and go along those frequency lines, in those particular frequencies, whether it is a radio frequency or that frequency or this frequency, if you want Voice of America or All India Radio and all, between radios you have a lot of noise, the cosmic noises, and then tuck you hit, then you come to a very clear voice, All India Radio. You have hit that frequency. Or if you want Voice of America or BBC, you turn your knob, you turn your frequencies down, BBC or Voice of America. I'm just giving you an example. Likewise, there are lots of frequencies, lots of energies. Even in your mobile, one frequency you take, in that frequency everything happens, is it not? You go into that radio frequency, they say you go into this frequency, you go into that frequency, they will know the numbers, everything scientists have given, technicians have given, and you know. So, there is an established fact of these frequencies. There is an established fact of you achieving your desired wants through the help of these frequencies. When such being the case, why don't you meditate? Why don't you love those frequencies so that you hit upon those frequencies? Frequency of rain, frequency of fire, frequency of energy, frequency of atmosphere, frequency of gravity, frequency of power, frequency of strength. If you take Ashvina or Ashwins or Maruts are strong winds. Ashwins are horses for strength, horsepower you say. That's why we call Ashwinau. Two horses, energy and matter. When you say horsepower, yes, you say scientifically today, modern English, but olden times they have already established. So you can think of them, concentrate on them. See, how did, for example, Newton or Einstein or Peter Higgs, did they have very big equipments and labs to find their inventions? They thought. They concentrated. They meditated. Then they got their results. Similarly, that's what the Veda says. You think. Varshayati yavat varshati iti varshayati. If you concentrate on varsha, rains, it will rain. So if you meditate on rain, it will rain. See, you require the help of every force of nature, small or big. Even animals' help, I've told you require for the comfortable journey of your body. Therefore, it is highly essential for all of us to worship the forces of nature. What does worship means? Okay, you want to offer, you please. It is not something like pseudoscience or something to be ridiculed upon. You are ridiculing yourself. Because in every practical life, every second, you want the enjoyment of the body. I want the enjoyment of the body. I want my 5 senses to be appeased. In what way? I want lot of money. I want dhanam. I want dhanyam, food. I want happiness. Atma does not require. My spirit inside me does not require. But my body's 5 senses require. I want to build a lot of friends. I want to have the best food. I want to have the tastiest food. I want to see the biggest cinema. I want to see the biggest continent in this world. I want to travel. I want to see all the places of happiness. Everything. Wearing fine dress. I should not have any sickness. I should have the best medicines. Yes. As a human being, I have my 5 senses. And these 5 senses have to be satisfied. At least justifiably. So when you appeal to your 5 senses, what is it that is going to give happiness to your 5 senses? Only the forces of nature. If the farmer has good wind, if the farmer has good sunshine, if the farmer has good rains, his crops will flourish. He cannot now think of the Paramatma. So he thinks of various stages of gods, various deities. And then he appeases those deities. He gets the reverberation, the ricocheting effect. He gets it back. In various degrees, at various potentialities, he gets it back. As per his prarabdha karma. He gets by worshipping the deities will also tell him, yes, like medicines. Deities are like medicines. They tell him, we are giving you the best. And they give him whatever it is possible under the circumstances. Therefore, deities have to be worshipped. There is something called prarabdha karma. There is something called your hereditary genes. Even if I give you the best of medicines, if your hereditary genes are against you, the medicines may not work. There has been a proven fact. There are lots of hospital treatments to our various chief ministers. Even in India, previously, best medicines, best doctors, best money has been spent. Finally, the person died. What that means? It shows that even the best medicines, best hospitals cannot work for you always. It depends on your genes. Genes are nothing but your prarabdha karma. Living in this world, your karma accumulated from birth after birth, death after death, through various periods of time. The time is zero if you go out of this earth. You can't measure time. You can measure the speed of light and sit there. There is no time like the earth rotating day and night is not there outside this earth. If you go to the International Space Station, there will not be a Wednesday or a Thursday or a day and the night, because the earth there doesn't rotate. If you go into the vacuum, you will not see any rotation of earth, so there is not going to be any day and time. But there is going to be the energy in your body. As far as the life force is there in your body, that body survives. That is all. So the very question of ridiculing these Hindus are pantheism. They worship several gods. They are pantheists, not theists, but pantheists. They are not atheists, but pantheists. They worship. They have belief, but they worship trees, cows, that god, this god, several gods they have. Sir, one common sense I am telling you, we have several, like you have several medicines, you have several doctors, you have several teachers, you have several subjects, you have several happiness, you have several dresses, you want to have visit several places in this world. We have different devas for us to appease. If I take Lord Ganesha, yes, he does remove my obstacles. If there is going to be an obstacle in anything I work, I think of Lord Ganesha, because he does remove. He is a Mahaganapati. He removes our obstacles, or the obstacles are reduced. This is a bet. If you are having high sugar, you have to take a tablet, a metmorphin, to reduce it. You may not cure, because your genes are there, your body is not producing sufficient insulin, but you take the help of a medicine also. Similarly, you take the help of the Deva also. If you are not, if you do not want to face any difficulty, any obstacle on your way of achievement. Simple logic. It is scientifically proven. I am talking full of science. As Einstein said, everything is energy. So, if you worship Lord Ganesha, the ill effect of obstacles will go away. He will give you that energy based on your prarabdha karma 100% for you to minimize the obstacle or remove the obstacle completely. Avighnena sarva karyani kartum shakyante. This is the law of nature. If you don't worship the universe, if you don't worship the natural forces, my dears, well, thinking of one God and thinking of the Paramatma, yes. Long term, yes, maybe. When you worship a God, you will have the positive effect. But the laws of attraction says you are more important, you have more importance to your body. That is why you or me, we do not want to die early and go to God. Will anybody like to die early and go to God? They love God, they say. And they say God gives me paradise in the heaven. There are thrones, you can sit there, enjoy. But then why don't you go now? So these things are simply said by human beings. You are responsible for your own actions. And for that, do not harm others. Do not kindly harm others. Do service to others. That is what our saint Thiruvalluvar very beautifully says. Inna seidarai oruttal avar nana nannayam seidu vidal. See the beauty. See the depth of intelligence that sage has. He says, do not harm anybody even if they harm you. Instead, do good unto them so that they feel ashamed of the harm done unto you. They should feel ashamed. You do good to them, he says, even if they harm you. What depth of knowledge he has. It is about 60 to 100 years before the common era. It's around 2100 years back. The genius, the divine person, I salute him. Likewise, there are our Valmikis, there are our Sanatana Dharma, everything, even Thiruvalluvar is Sanatana Dharma, the ancient Dharma of this greatest land. Now, if you start abusing, ridiculing us with some practices carried out by some other people, different sections of people are there. India is a vast land, very vast land, with different sects of people, different mentalities. So everything is, Hinduism allows everybody to enjoy worship of God in their own culture, in their own way. I will break coconut. A rishi will go and meditate. Somebody will play the drums. What is wrong? What is wrong? Why to criticize? Therefore, the fact that everything is energy and we have to worship or respect, worship means total respect. We have to worship the forces of nature for our own journey of your body is a must. I am challenging anybody who can just say anything contrary to it. You have to have the worship of nature, and it is not worshipping the Satan. Satan is worshipping dead bodies in the crematorium ground or in the burial grounds. Dead bodies should not be worshipped under any circumstance. Dead bodies respect should be given because he was in your house. The relatives give so that a royal send-off is given as a mark of respect. But regularly asking the public to come and worship a dead body is absolutely wrong. It's not correct. Therefore, why? Because the laws of attraction are there. If you take any decision, as I heard a very big lecture, lovely lecture by a particular Swamiji. If you start worshipping any laws, any sufferings, or give respect to sufferings under the laws of attraction, the sufferings frequency will enter you. Therefore, you will be attached to all these negative energies. Dark energies and dark matter. Dark energies, 73% of this visible universe. Dark matter, 23% of this visible universe. 96% is dark matter and dark energy. Only 4% what you see is the light energy, the visible matter. Whatever you see, it's only 4%. Therefore, we do not know how these dark energies behave. Therefore, unless if you worship by through laws of attraction, very scientific principle, unless you gargle your Lord, unless you offer him flowers, God means the devas, the forces of nature. Paramatma, you meditate inside like Buddha did. He got enlightenment. He's a very senior soul. But unless these forces of nature, if you start meditating or worshipping flowers, or playing your flute or your nadaswaram or your panchavadhyam or your trumpets or your conch, you would not able to appease them, and you want the support of the forces of nature for the journey of your body, just like you take the support of the forces of nature, forces of your teacher, your doctors, your medicines, your dresses, your society and all, for the comfortable, happy journey of your body in the society. You have to have. Highest form, as I said, you meditate on the Paramatma. Nobody says Hinduism offers everything. Therefore, there is nothing there to criticize if Hindus worship and calling them pantheism. That is a very important point, that the forces of nature have to be worshipped. So with this, I shall end my today's speech. I think it's about 20 minutes. And the more of it, why should we worship idols? Why idols are worshipped in Hinduism and all? I shall continue in the next session. Till such time, Bhuyat Tavat Shubha Mangalam. Thank you.